What is up, everybody? It's your boy Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and tonight we are doing a very special stream. This is one I've been wanting to do for a while. Best Always Sunny moments. Now, before I introduce my guest, like I said, I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I'm glad it's finally happening. So, with that being said, we have two members making their stream debut tonight. But let me introduce first. I'm not sure who I'm going to introduce first. All right. We'll go with this guy first. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream, Alex.
What's up, man?
Making his... What's up, buddy? How we doing?
Good. My dog is thrashing around his toys, so...
Like I said,
I'll try to
we
keep
went live.
as quiet as possible.
That is the beauty of being live. But we have one more guest. We're supposed to have two more. We will get into that. Next up, we have... another stream debut, Joseph Farrow, who I haven't seen in a while. What's up, Joe?
Saw you about 20 minutes ago, but
this is true. We did go see the Air Jordan movie. Good movie. But yeah. So we were, like I said, we were supposed to have another guest. Maveryk Media was supposed to join us. Unfortunately, he got into a little mishap. He's okay, but he said he probably won't make the stream. If he does, great. If he doesn't, so be it. Health is much more important. And we're sending our best wishes to you, buddy. But all right, putting you two on the spot off the rip. Your favorite Always Sunny episode. Go.
I'll go first. Frank Reynolds' Little Beauties.
Little Beauties. That's a good one.
And we're off to a hot start.
Yeah, I would be remiss if I didn't say the Christmas episode.
That's mine too, Joe. I mean,
that's one in my.
There's only one Christmas episode, and they nailed it.
I mean, once you did that one, there wasn't
hour
really
long of magic.
Yeah, and it wasn't even supposed to be in that season. And there's a big plot hole. I don't know if you guys know the plot hole in that episode.
I don't.
Okay, so remember how they go to Mac's childhood house for the toys?
Yes.
Mac's mom burned his house down earlier that season.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This was taped before on a DVD special, but then FX saw it and was like, "Well, you're gonna add that to the season," and they were like, "Well, okay." So yeah,
whatever.
Ryan says, "Let's go," and then Ryan says, "Happy birthday, Rob McElhaney." To be honest, what's up, Alex?
To be honest.
Yeah,
that's phrase.
The king of to be honest is Ryan. The king. But yes, no, wait, isn't it Joe? Isn't it Dennis Reynolds' birthday? I thought.
I apologize. I don't know all these guys' birthdays off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up because I'm pretty sure I saw today. Rob posted about
Wrexham.
Rob posted a picture of Dennis, and it said "Happy birthday, happy birthday to the 47-star man." Obviously, an Always Sunny reference. The 5-star man. Glenn Howerton's birthday was April 13th. What's today's date?
April 14th.
Okay, so it was yesterday, and then let's go to Rob McElhaney. Yeah, April 14th. Wow, that's crazy. Yep,
that's pretty cool.
And the Welcome to Wrexham, Rob McElhaney. Love that show, but that is not. Ryan Reynolds made a post about his birthday, dude. To be honest, how about how to pronounce his name? Rob McElhaney. I'm pretty sure that's that. I just call him Mac. I'm not sure if you're able to pull up a video on Stream Dude. Yeah, I'm not going to pull up Ryan Reynolds' Instagram and get really banned. I'm good on that front, Ryan. Thank you for that, bro.
Probably a good idea.
All right, so going through some great Always Sunny moments, and the first one, one of the first ones that came across my mind was the dentist system. That's probably a top 3 episode of mine. Just how Dennis goes insane. He does the choreographing, and Dee's like, "What is he doing?" And Mac's like, "Shut up and let him do his thing." And how they just abuse D. Reynolds all series long. And I don't know if you guys saw this. Season 16 is close to being complete.
I thought they were actually.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a September return. I'm hoping. I mean, they did December in 2021. They're doing 8 episodes. They said. I hope it's not every 2 years.
Weren't they doing like 2 a week though? So it was only like 4 weeks.
Yeah. Well, so they filmed it. They did that at an interesting time because obviously in 2020 there wasn't much new shows coming out, and in 2021 I feel like they just wanted to get a season out there. Will they do 2 again? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they had much more time to film and they weren't interrupted by pandemic or people testing positive or whatnot. Yeah, so I would hope in September, and they can just space it out. They're doing 8 episodes, they said. That we have a toy making an appearance on Alex's side.
Yep. That would be my dog trying to chime in.
Right. But they could stretch it out to 8 episodes, or even start it in October and finish it right before Christmas. That would be lovely. But off the top of your 2 heads, I'll ask Joe first. Some of your favorite Always Sunny moments. Any season, any character, any whatever.
Anything that has to do with the gang at the boat probably gets me. The implication for sure is a good one. It's the thing is you're not gonna.
Nobody's in any danger.
No one's. You just need them to think they're in danger because of the implication.
Yeah. You keep saying that word like they're going to be in danger. Nobody's in danger.
No one's in any danger. That's a really good one. I like that one a lot just because it just really dives into Dennis just being an absolute psychopath.
Yeah. The slow downfall of Dennis Reynolds is absolutely incredible. And like the Dennis system is one of them.
Where do you think the downfall of Dennis reaches its absolute peak?
Where did it begin, you said?
Well, where does it reach its peak?
Oh,
in the series finale when he's like going to prison because he's responsible for murders over the entire series.
I was going to say when he murders somebody, but there is a theory out there that he's already done that.
Well, remember I always think especially the escape room episode.
Yes.
When Dean's in the room, that's not the safe word.
Yeah, and he's like, I got your fingerprint and your consent, and it's like, oh, dude. Aren't the walls soundproof too?
Yeah.
There's like a bunch of locks. Yeah.
Yep.
I would say like as of now, from what's in the show, probably his biggest like downfall moment, like the peak of his downfall is probably when the episode where he marries Maureen.
And then they keep saying, I love you. It's just like and then transitioning to kind of from Maureen, any episode with the McPoyles is complete gold.
Yeah.
Which brings me I was just about to say that. My favorite McPoyle moment. Who got Dee pregnant? You will call her.
You will call her.
They're just like, everyone's like, what?
Who got Dee pregnant is a fantastic episode. There's so many people you forgot about just show up.
Yeah. And then another McPoyle episode when they hold him hostage.
Oh, with rubber guns.
Yeah. They're like, we're taking you hostage. And like, the whole gang is turning on each other so quickly.
Way too quick.
For Charlie, so much goes on in that episode. And fun fact about that episode, you remember the quote when Liam says, "Start breaking bricks, wet nips."
Yes.
Completely improvised. Because you see Dennis's face, he's like, what? Like, just threw them for a massive curveball. So sick. Well, I've never seen this series from Dino. I'm going to have to check it out. Dino, man, you got to get on that. Season 1, in my opinion, now they might disagree with me. Season 1 is a little slow.
It is. It's the same thing with The Office, though. In The Office.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's still good. And season 2, they hit their stride and they never looked back.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Season two.
Danny DeVito shows up, and it's like
Danny DeVito.
the masterpiece is fully.
And there's not
realized.
many. There's not that as many episodes in season 1. Right?
I think there's only like 6 or 7.
That's the same thing. A lot of pilot seasons go.
Yeah. The first ever episode is just,
The second, right?
It's
Is
a hot
D's,
start.
the D's like new guy. No, the guy from the acting class comes in, and Mac's just like, "Whoa, we don't want any trouble."
yeah, they're like, whoa. Now, when you say your brother, do you mean your
If Dino likes series where people scream at each other a lot, there's separation.
they're just screaming over each other, drinking their own beer. Nobody's ever in the bar, you know.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the joke is that
They
Danny
wonder
DeVito.
They wonder why the bar makes no money.
Yeah. And I believe it's the first ever episode. He's like, "Oh, we have to pay our mortgage," and Mac's like, "Didn't we just pay that?" He goes, "No, we were 3 weeks late on it." It's like, oh yeah, that's yeah. Ryan says Dino. Dino says, "What's up, Ryan?" And Viper Zero, not that Zero. What's up, buddy? You know who that is, Joe.
What?
Dino, do you guys like Big Bang Theory? And is this show funnier than that show? Honestly,
A million times better than Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
I've never really watched Big Bang Theory.
I've seen some Big Bang Theory. I never really caught on to it. Like Always Sunny is much more fast paced.
Okay. Always Sunny, there's some dark humor at some point.
Very dark humor, but
Very dark humor. And you gotta
you can't not love it though.
if you don't like that, you're not gonna like the show. But if you love dark humor, it's perfect for you. Like the Christmas episode might be the most disturbing episode they've ever had.
Truly.
And that was the first episode I ever saw.
That was the first episode you ever saw?
Ever saw it. It was on TV. I was watching something on TV.
What
it was the night before Christmas Eve. I don't remember what year. But like I'm the kind of guy that like will watch random shows for Christmas episodes just because why not? And I see it come on, I hear the music, I'm like, all right, let's try it. 60 minutes later, I said, what did I just watch? And then it was born. And yet Charlie with Santa, if you want to take over what Charlie did to Santa, Joe, be my guest.
I mean, I'm not gonna say what he said.
Of course.
But
he bites Santa's neck. We'll give it the clean version.
Yeah, and there's it looks like, I don't know if Dino's a wrestling fan, but
Dino is a wrestling fan, yes.
It looks like a John Moxley versus Hangman Page match by the end of it.
Fair enough. Yeah. Ryan says, anybody a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan here? Nah, I never got into that.
I've watched bits and pieces of it, and it's excellent.
Okay. Now, same dude that writes Seinfeld writes that, yes?
What about what? Yes. Oh, yeah. It's Larry David.
Yeah. Okay. So,
well, he's the producer behind it.
Yeah, Dino says I'm gonna have to check it out. You really should. It's on Hulu, Dino. If you have Hulu, it is on there. I don't know what other streaming platforms it's on.
There's 15 seasons, so
yeah. Dino says
you'll be occupied for a while if you get into it.
Dino says that means it's bloody. Yeah. When Charlie bites Santa's neck, it looks like a murder scene.
What season is that in?
Screaming.
The Christmas episode is, I believe, season 6. It's the finale episode.
Yeah.
And you know what? That right there, that run of episodes, they had the Christmas episode. They had The Gang Goes to the Jersey Shore. They were nailing episodes at that time.
The stretch that they had from like season 5 through season 9 was insane.
Gold. I'm gonna look it up right now.
That's another. I mean, if we want to talk about favorite moments, the rum ham is.
Rum ham.
We're all from Jersey, so them making fun of us is so funny. That was filmed in Ocean City, New Jersey. I've seen the background. I've walked right by the place where they filmed it at. So it's kind of cool. Okay. Yes. season 6, episode 13. Oh, and it was released the same night as D gives birth. So you had D gives birth,
my
the
God.
Christmas episode, and the gang goes to the Jersey Shore. 3 of 4 episodes just nailed it.
That's insane.
And then even before that, the episode they had where they meet Ryan Howard and Chase Utley.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh, in Atlantic City?
Yeah, and Mac's not there. Chase Utley's like his hero. And he's
This is
like,
for the rats.
He's like, I hear you're like my biggest fan. And he's like, no, that's another guy. But they take a picture, and Mac. I think the episode ends with Mac just going, "Son of a."
Well, yeah, no, they
Picture.
Dennis and Charlie use the rest of their gambling winnings to take a private jet back. And Dennis sends him a text of the picture with Chase Utley.
Yeah. No.
That's definitely an all-time moment when she's reading the letter and it transitions from her outside of the project building and her in the corner. I think our relationship could be a home run.
Yeah.
Mac like that, and everyone in the courtroom is laughing, including the judge and the bailiff.
Oh my goodness. Oh well, the World Series defense. But hey Alex, guess what episode was after the Jersey Shore episode? I'm looking at it right now.
Well, I'm gonna guess the one with Mac shooting pucks at the Flyer game.
No, your favorite episode, Little Beauties.
Oh, Little Beauties.
Yeah. Oh, the Mac and the Flyer one is. That is Charlie and Dennis. I'm just going through these episodes right now. How Mac got fat. Wow, the man literally got fat just so he could have content for the season, and now he looks incredible.
Apparently his doctors told him if he gains and loses weight like that again at any point in his life in such a short span, like you're gonna fucking die, dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would not be surprised. Oh my goodness! Now look at this run of episodes in season 7. How Mac got fat. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. The gang gets trapped. How Mac got fat. Thunder Gun Express, High School Reunion Part 1 and 2. Wow.
If only I was watching in that time frame.
Yeah, that's a heck of a run. I mean, the high school reunion, the dance scene is just phenomenal. From Thunder Gun, we'll come back for you, and of course they never do.
Finding out that Mac's real name in the show is Ronald McDonald.
Ronald
Put your name tag on.
Yeah, he's like, I don't see your name tag. I slipped it into my pocket. We'll put it on.
You're supposed to wear the name tag so that people remember who you are. No, people recognize me. It's
Ronald McDonald. And we thought we found out the waitress's name in that episode, Nikki Popnick, but it turned Dennis Reynolds on the first episode of the podcast. He's like, stop being stupid. Her name is not Nikki Popnick.
Yeah, it's too normal for what it's going to end up being.
Yeah, no, yeah, and then I can't remember the episode name, but which
one of them is married to the waitress in real life? Is it Charlie?
Charlie.
Mac's married to Dee, obviously. Charlie's married to the waitress, and Dennis is married to the dentist system girl. Yep. So, yep.
So which one of the Little Beauties did Frank marry?
Have you listened to the episode of when he's on the podcast? Did you ever listen to that one?
I did not get to it yet. No.
Okay, so they sent him directions, but he got lost.
Yep.
And he thought they were messing with him, so he showed up to a random house, knocks on the door. They're like, "Hi, Danny DeVito, what are you doing here?" And in his head, he's still being played, so he's like, "I'm not sure. Why don't you tell me what I'm doing here?" They're like, "I don't know." But they were like, "Do you want to come in?" And they took pictures. People have no idea what's going on.
That's fantastic.
And eventually he just shows up mid-episode. But, the one episode I wanted to mention, it's the one where I think it's called Charlie and Dee Find Love with the rich people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Dennis is on the phone, and you just hear him go, "Who? Who? Who?" He goes, "Just say your name is waitress." He goes, "That's not my name."
He's the waitress.
Yeah. And then with the tapes he has, she's looking for it, and it's under W for waitress.
Yeah.
I'm like, what a good save! What a good save!
That's awesome.
Charlie at the end, he's like, yeah, I was playing you.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I'm just going. You know, we'll go to season 1, but I'm just going through the episodes. Of course, season 1. There's 7 episodes in season 1. Okay. The gang goes jihad. We're on season 2. They make you should vote me, men in power. That's when you
The
really
Democratic vote for me is right thing to do, Philadelphia. So do.
That's when you find out something's really wrong.
And apparently, Glenn Howerton improv'd Charlie's speech that was written for him.
Of course, that's classic. Dennis and Dee go on welfare.
Oh my god.
Is that when they get addicted to crack?
Yeah. Well, re-addicted to crack.
Yeah, we'd like one crack, please.
So Ryan says not to go off topic, but you are, Ryan. Just kidding. The WWE draft is the same night as the NFL draft. Yeah, I mean,
but not round 1.
It's night 2. They're just trying to get viewers.
One of the WWE draft, night 2 of the NFL draft.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll watch.
That show is usually like a wash anyway.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's only 2 hours.
4 matches, but
yeah. So the gang gives back.
Which one is that?
Where they start coaching rec basketball.
Oh yes.
Because of the events in the gang goes jihad, and I kid you not, the scene, I think you know where I'm going with this, where Dennis comes in, he goes, I'll take you, and you, and he brings all them over, and the back and D come in, they're like, you can't do that, you can't take all the, what do you mean I can't take the, you know exactly what you did, and it's like, oh my goodness, how do you get away with this? And then it's just hysterical. Like, it's phenomenal, and it's just like, and Charlie's the ref. He's drunk at the end. He's blocking shots.
Okay. Was that when he was huffing paint, or is that just like multiple other points?
I think that's multiple.
Yeah, him drinking and huffing paint is just a thing he does on occasion.
Yeah, that's when Charlie and sniffs glue.
It's like a lot more than once in a blue moon.
He really wasn't like that. That's another favorite episode of mine. Charlie catches a leprechaun.
Oh, yes. And that's one of the more recent ones. That's not my favorite more recent one. It's up there. But
it's like, I think you've kidnapped a little person.
Yeah.
While we're on topic of the Dennis thing, like, you know exactly what you did.
Yeah.
The gang turns black is also a fantastic.
Oh, yeah, we will get to that. Oh, my goodness. It's just like, it's so funny how they get away with this, and just people are like, yeah.
That one was like
not one of the ones that they don't like have on Hulu though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is not on Hulu.
I mean, I watched the whole series on Hulu, and I've seen that.
Oh, really? I mean, they've taken.
No, there's there's D-Day isn't on Hulu, and there's one other one that isn't on Hulu because of heavy use of blackface. Oh, The Gang Makes Lethal Weapon, whatever, the first one. That's not on Hulu.
Oh, and then how can I forget one of my favorite reoccurring characters from Always Sunny? Donovan McNabb, Tiger Woods, Don Cheadle. And then in the Always Sunny podcast, they're like, hey, we got Don Cheadle. And it's legitimately Don Cheadle. He's like, wait a minute. He's like, what am I doing here?
I mean, my favorite side character on Always Sunny will forever be Jack.
Will forever be who?
Pepper Jack.
Oh, Pepper. Oh.
You want it to be more Pepper Jack.
I think there's a miscommunication here, Pepper Jack.
No, Pepper Jack. I do not want to be your best hoe.
What up, little baby hoe?
Oh man. Oh, what was it? Season 4? Okay. Oh wait. Okay. Dennis and Dee's mom is dead. Where Frank and Dee get married. It's like, oh my god, this is so disturbing. We mentioned this. The gang gets held hostage. I don't know where Alex went.
How did you get a Pepsi?
Fair enough. Frank sets Sweet Dee on fire.
When Frank falls, being Frank, That's when he falls out the window, right?
Yeah, that's later.
No, that's
yeah.
just Frank falls out the window. Being Frank is when they try to get Dennis's car out of the impound lot.
Yep. I'm going through the seasons right now and just scrolling down, and like whatever comes up, and it's oh no, oh well, okay, I can't say this episode title. Sweet D's dating if you're an Always Sunny fan, you know what episode that is.
On the podcast, they call it Sweet D's dating a redacted guy.
Yes, they did call it that. Yes. Speaking of Pepperjack, Mac is a serial killer. That's the debut episode of Pepperjack.
That was incredible.
Like
they could not have done that better, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, Dennis looks like a sex offender.
And it's just him like in a little fat suit or something.
So, fun fact, have you ever seen the behind the scenes on that episode?
No.
Remember when Dennis opens the door at first and he's like, all right, buddy. The actor on the other side wanted to throw him off and get a genuine reaction. So he does a Glenn Howerton impression and he nails it. And you just see Dennis, he's like he's shocked. He had no idea it was coming. He's like, what? All right, so that's season 3. The gang solves the gas crisis, of course. Oh, Mac.
Hang on, the gas crisis one that's when Charlie being the wild card, right?
Yeah, and he cuts the brakes.
A tour de force for him. He's just so help me God, I'll blow this place to kingdom come. They're like, whoa, like not yet, Charlie. And they're like, we're gonna hit you where it hurts. He's like, your dick. And they're like, what? No, Charlie, his wallet.
Back
cuts the brakes at the end.
What happened?
He cuts the brakes on the van at the end.
Wildcard just jumps out.
He's like, wild card, bitches. And then I think there's like a later episode where he like says he does it again, and they're like, they let him jump out, and then they're all like, you knew it. They're like, oh yeah, the brakes are fine.
yeah.
Also, Rampage had an early start time tonight because the only NBA game that was on TNT just ended. So
really? So I hope my DVR caught that.
I hope so too.
Mac and Charlie die, part 1 and 2.
The visual of Charlie holding the smelling salts with Mac in a dress shooting the gun, just
and then probably my favorite moment from the episode. All right, we're gonna have to pull teeth. Oh, Charlie, brush your teeth. You shouldn't be able to do that. And then Mac drives the car, and Charlie's like, "Yeah, good luck, buddy." They're like, "Wait, you knew we were alive?" Yeah. How'd you know? Well, I can hear you rustling around in the vents, full volume, and when you look at me through a window, it's 2-way. And then Dee comes back, and she's like, "Well, did you think I was dead?" You legitimately, I thought was dead. Yes, because she went running at Fairmount Park at like 9:00 at night. Who pooped the bed?
Artemis comes up. She is so desperate to be like a part of some like old school like vaudeville murder mystery type thing. She comes up with this ridiculous story. And Frank, like, it was me. I did it. I just did another one right there on the floor. He's like, poop is funny.
So she's a great side character. We're going to transition to side characters right now a little bit. One of my favorite side characters of the whole franchise, the lawyer. He's only in a handful of episodes, but he is great.
That's the fake hands, right?
No, not even Uncle Jack. The other lawyer.
Isn't he a lawyer though? Right? He is.
Yeah. Where he's like, Charlie challenges him to a duel, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm in." Wait, really? Yeah. When do you want to do it? And he just threatens to blow his teeth out. And it's like, oh my goodness.
So I'm gonna put one right there and shatter all your teeth.
Yeah.
Charlie's like,
yeah. But Joe did say it.
Uncle Jack is a great one.
Have you ever
When he launches his fake hand.
Nobody look!
Nobody look! Nobody look!
There's Cricket.
Of course.
Yeah, Cricket.
The McPoyles, but the first episode of Uncle Jack, how brilliantly shot that is.
Yes.
Where you just see Charlie talking to the mom, and then it pans over, and you just see Uncle Jack, and he's getting the handsy.
Yeah.
And
we'll play wrestling.
Joe and Alex, what was the last episode of the podcast you listened to?
I think
Danny DeVito.
Okay. So they go behind the scenes on this episode, and Mac is like, yeah, I watched it with my son, and I'm cracking up at the Uncle Jack thing when he's getting handsy, and the son's like, why is that so funny? And Mac said, just watch the episode. Don't worry about that. Like, he can't explain, because this kid's like 10 or 11. He's like, I don't want to explain it to you right now.
Wait, when you had me hang out with Uncle Jack, he did the same thing to me.
Oh man, classic. All right, Ryan says, I can't believe Danny DeVito is 78. Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, Danny DeVito, classic actor, and I'm about to watch one of his movies in the next coming months, and it's when he's the Penguin in Batman Returns.
Underappreciated Batman.
It's a very fitting role for him.
Oh, of course. But, we saw the Flash trailer, and in my head, I'm like, it's amazing. I have to go back and watch a movie from the 80s and 90s to be caught up on a movie in 2023. It's incredible. But segueing over, the worst bar in Philadelphia, where they kidnap Corman, and then they kidnap the neighbor because they're in the wrong apartment, and then the diabetic cat is in play. And he's trying to escape, and they're like, where are you going? And he's trying to wheel himself out. And then there's that awkward bathroom moment. It's like, oh man. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. So first, Kirsten. Hello, Kirsten. Popping in to say hi. I can't stay. We're prepping for Larry's B-Day tomorrow. Have fun, everyone. Well, Larry, happy birthday, my friend. Hope you enjoy your 29th birthday. And, yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Kirsten. I know you're always good for that. This one, Bobby, my Uncle Jack is stuck on a horse. Help me. Pharaoh, that's your cousin. Please translate.
Yeah, my Uncle Jack definitely could be stuck on a horse right now.
Okay, so that was legit. Okay, so yeah. Ryan's just not going off the rails?
We do have yes.
Okay. And then Ryan
said, entirely shock me if he's stuck on a horse.
Ryan says, have fun, Kirsten. Okay, so that's legit. Good, Ryan. Good. Dennis Reynolds in Erotic Life.
Is that the one where you find out he had sex with the librarian that looks like Rick Moranis?
I think so.
D makes the movie, puts him at the the end. It's just like, and she looks like Rick Moranis.
Oh. Yeah, and then sweet D has a heart attack. She's like, guys, I'm not feeling well. They're like, shut up, D. We're talking. Classic. The King gets Extreme Home Makeover Edition.
Yeah. Sonos Extremos.
Yeah, they stab Frank, and Frank always has the gun on him, handy. Right, says LMAO. And then Pharaoh, I believe this is one of your favorites. Correct me if I'm wrong, but The Nightman Cometh.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
It's either the highest rated episode on IMDb or the second highest. I believe it's either this one.
It's in the top 3. I know that.
Yeah, sure. It's either this or Charlie Work. I can't remember.
No, Charlie Work is number 1.
We'll get to that. Yeah, but The Nightman Cometh, man, so good.
They talk about it in the episode of the podcast with Lin-Manuel Miranda, but
yeah,
pointed it out when Charlie is going on his insane rant at D about the song, like just screaming at her. He's like, I could have Artemis do the song, and Artemis's head just pops up like, oh yeah, like I'll do it.
Oh, Artemis. All right, so that's season 4. The lawyer, the gang exploits the mortgage crisis where they buy the house and they're about to barge it down, and the lawyer just calmly opens the door. And they're like, wait a minute. They're like, we have to barge that door down. So they're inside trying to get outside, and the family's about to stop them, and the lawyer's just like, let him go. Just let him go. Let him do their thing. And he comes back later on, and I believe, what episode is it? Dennis gets divorced. I'm pretty sure that's when he comes back in.
Oh yeah, when he gets a divorce from Maureen.
And he's like, I took this first. Pro
Uncle
bono,
Jack,
of course.
yeah, Uncle Jack gets him the apartment back, but also Dennis takes on all of Maureen's debt.
Yeah.
And then
has to pay alimony.
Yep. Yeah, and then
would you have a man pay alimony to a goddamn cat?
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, in that episode, he's like, wait, how did you know I was getting divorced? And you just hear back, I may have called him, and Dennis is like, why? And then the lawyer's like, and I so enjoyed hearing you drunkenly say that at 3 a.m. that I tracked down Maureen and offered my services. Pro bono, of course. The gang hits the road. They get 15 minutes out of Philly when they're trying to get to the Grand Canyon. They steal a car.
Did you eat the stickers in the core? Yeah, I eat stickers all the time.
Yeah, he's bargaining, and then they have the grill going in the back. He's like, yeah, it won't fall out. Go over a little speed bump, it falls out. The biker, where they're trying to get him out of the road. So I think it's Mac throws the bottle. He hits him in the back of the head and takes him out.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Over his bike.
My,
I think they hit him.
Now this has to be one of the most iconic scenes in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, at least to me. The Great Recession, where Danny DeVito is just dangling there, and they walk in, and they just don't care. They're like, yeah, he's gonna be hanging there for hours. He's like, nobody try to stop me. They're like, whatever.
He goes to sell the knives to the lady, cuts himself, and then tries to hang himself in the bathroom.
Again, he tried to off himself, their words, twice in 24 hours. And oh my goodness, I just and then he's got no muffler on the vacuum, and then he's like, I found a guy that will help us out. It's just Charlie living in a tent, and he's like, seriously, this is the guy. The gang gives Frank an intervention. Classic. Here we go. The World Series defense. Now, one of my favorite episodes, easily. Just how they're trying to get to the game, how they, end up in the tunnel. They're like, that hotel didn't need fresh towels for 5 days. I want to question that. And then the fanatic bumping Charlie, and then
you big dogging me.
Charlie starts beating up the fanatic.
Right now.
Yep.
Big dog me.
What happened?
I said, don't you big dog me right now.
Charlie starts beating up the fanatic, and there's 2 guys. He goes, hey, that guy's beating up the fanatic. Yeah. Is that a hate crime? No.
Maybe.
But anyway, yeah. They just start pounding on Charlie. Then the fanatic gets up, and he comes and he starts kicking Charlie. It's like, oh my goodness. I want to watch this show again.
At the end, they're like, they finally point out why they've been saying Holiday Inn and Frenetic. Charlie's just like, can't even call him the Fanatic. I'm going to get sued by Major League Baseball.
And then the next case is him versus Major League Baseball. Now, we're all wrestling fans. You guys know where I'm going with this one. The gang wrestles for the troops. Oh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I believe
Roddy Piper.
I believe that's the first episode of Roddy Piper. R.I.P.
Yes, it should be. I think.
Yeah. Twisted. What's Dee's name? Twisted. No. Oh, Kiss from a Rose or something? Desert Rose.
Desert Rose, yeah.
I finally got it. And then she sees Ben the soldier is in a wheelchair and she passes it off. And you think he's like, he got something happened to him. No, he just twisted his knee getting off a plane in Germany. Just so stupid.
Frank with the jean shorts. Me and the boys chipped in and got you something. And Kiss from a Rose is like hitting the chorus, and they both just stand there saluting.
Yeah, and Frank won't budge. You just see that he's like, what is going on? What is going on? And those jean shorts come into play in a later episode too.
They do.
Yeah, there's some favorite kitten mittens. Mac and Dennis break up.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. And of course the Dennis system.
Max system, move in after completion.
Yeah, and then Frank is like a mantis, and then Dennis is like, Ben is the only one who's doing it right. Ben, show the system. The what? And there's no Dr. Toboggan in Philadelphia, Dennis. I looked it up. Oh, is he still writing bad prescriptions? Yeah, he shows this whole thing. That's probably one of the darker episodes for sure. Yeah, but I think that might be my second favorite episode.
Yeah.
Because it's just so classic. What didn't one of the carnies stab D?
Yes.
And they were like, "No, you were supposed to stab her." And they were just like, "What?" They were supposed to nurse her back to health.
I'm leaving, D. You're a mean person.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And then, and then he's pushing around that random old woman. Maybe it's his grandmother. And they just leave her at the end. They're just like, yeah, whatever. Find your own way home. Dennis system is just classic. The gang reignites the rivalry. Flip, Philadelphia. Flip. Oh,
that's a great.
And then finally at the end, the guy's like, yeah, let's do it. And they're like, we feuded with you? They're like, yeah, we're over that.
Yeah, they poisoned the guys at the frat house. And
they poisoned D.
The old owners.
They poisoned D just to send a message, and they were like, D, we knew you couldn't do it. We knew you were back. And of course she did. So that's season 5. Dennis gets divorced season 6, episode 2. Like we said, when the lawyer comes in, he offers his work pro bono. And then Uncle Jack is like, he doesn't think you have a case. And quite frankly, I'm inclined to believe him. And Dennis is like, what? Like his lawyer just gives up on him, and it's like, ah.
I'll be right back.
Okay. The gang buys a boat. Yes, classic.
D is throwing stuff out into the river, and Charlie's just fishing it out.
Yep, Charlie gets the keys. Mac's big break. We mentioned that earlier. That's the Philadelphia Flyers one. Reggie Leach. Reggie Leach is correct.
Which is crazy because like I like had to Google it when I first saw that episode because it was like I didn't know who the hell Reggie Leach is. I'm kind of a big hockey fan here. Oops. But that one's great when they go to like the skate, like the open skate. Yep. Just start shooting pucks and they don't have skates on. You guys can't do that here.
Yeah, and then at the end, Mac like faints from nervousness, and Charlie takes a shot. And he just misses it completely. Like,
yeah, you landed. He's like you landed right on your face. It took the shot and missed wide right.
Yeah.
Well, you're at like Sports Center.
This is another great one. Mac and Charlie, white trash. The pool episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I saw this the other day. Where did I see it? I don't know. But hats off to whoever is Dennis's stuntman when he's running down to the pool and that security guard.
Oh yeah.
Dennis jumps. Dennis jumps and then the security guard just flips him and takes him. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. Good for him. Yeah, and then Mac and Charlie are stuck in the pool and they're trying to get the guy to get him out. It's a fake chain.
They get a pizza and the guy just like loosely drops the pizza.
Yeah, just like here you go. Hey man, Mac's mom burns her house down. We did get into that, and you came back at the perfect time, Joe. One of the highest ranked. It got a 9.1 on IMDb. Who got D pregnant?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
My money was on Dennis. My money was
He's like, isn't he? He's like puking in the car when they're on their way to D's, and he's like, I can't D, we're monsters. Like, it's like out of it, dehydrated, puking, terrified.
And when they're in the McPoyle house, because they're the only ones that were sober that night, they put it together that it's Dennis, and you just see Dennis go, oh. And he's like, yeah, let it out.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, don't flush. And then they get to Dee's house, and I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this on stream, but I don't care. I'm going to put the quote in there. We need to get you and that monster in your gut down to Mexico. ASAP. And it's like, oh my goodness. D is a bird. Classic scene.
Mac turns around.
Yeah.
Ostrich.
Yeah, and then all the different scenes of Charlie defending the waitress's honor.
And it's not even the waitress.
In the end, it's not even the waitress. So, we got a comment for Joe Farrow. Guy on the bottom is kind of hot. Face orange, biting nails. I guess that's the emoji that didn't show up on here.
No.
But yeah, that's another guy we just saw recently when we saw Air Jordan.
I haven't seen Gavin in a while.
Well, me neither. Last time I saw him was Scream 6, and that was my birthday weekend.
I was talking about tonight. Like we just.
Oh. No, I'm saying that was the last time I saw him. It's been a while since I saw Gavin. And Alex, and fun fact about Alex, he whenever we finish a movie, we're saying goodbye, and we're like, "Where's Alex? Long gone, long gone." Just you see him walk out of the theater, then you never see him again.
Because I the last couple of times I smoked a cigarette, I'm like, if these motherfuckers don't come out here, I'm just gonna leave.
Gavin says he's like Batman.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. He
maim people and cause permanent damage for petty crimes.
Alex, have you ever watched
exactly what Gavin does?
We're segueing into Batman now, but have you ever watched College Humor Batman?
Yes, yeah, you showed it to me. When he's like trying to figure out the voice. Where were the other drugs going?
Do you remember the one where the robber robs the food truck, not the food truck, the food stand guy?
I don't think I saw that one.
Okay, and the guy's like, "Hey man, I got kids to feed," and the robber turns around and he goes, "What? They don't like falafel?" Because that's what he's selling, and he goes, "Actually, that solves a lot of my problems. Thank you very much." The gang gets a new member. Wait, is that the one where Psycho Pete comes back? No.
It's either that or Jason Sudeikis' guest episode.
All right, let me try and...
Schmitty, when they bring Schmitty back and Charlie doesn't want
Yes, Jason Sudeikis, he's on here. Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. D. Reynolds, Shaping America's Youth. Yeah.
Oh, and she's the influencer, and at the end, Charlie just posts her screaming and throwing tantrums.
Yep.
Yeah.
Charlie Kelly, King of the Rats. The gang gets straight into the woods. D gives birth. Now, D gives birth where he goes to the nurse and he goes, "I will rain down on this hospital like the hammer of Thor." And she goes, "I do not need this today. I will beat you and think nothing of it," as she's walking away from him. And they gather all the guys who they think could be the father.
And there's like 25 of them.
And then I'm not going to say what it turned out to be. Maybe it turned out to be because, I'm not trying to get canceled. But it's a certain someone that's a reoccurring character. And it's like, oh, this is a wild card of an ending for sure.
I was definitely not expecting that.
Yeah, no. They turned the camera and I'm like, is that? And I'm like, oh my goodness, it is.
Yeah.
Ryan says, happy 6 months on YouTube, Bobby. Thank you, buddy. Tomorrow's my 6-month anniversary of my first video.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. So I told Ryan we're 5% complete on the 10-year journey.
Nice.
He for some reason didn't like that, but he doesn't
Well,
really.
shut up, Ryan. Let's fight. What?
Yeah, I'll fight him.
He said,
Word. Hell yeah.
It's like when we saw Scream 6, Alex leans over and he goes, "Hey, Bobby, if I hate this movie, I'm beating you up in the parking lot."
Uh-huh.
And then I believe it was my brother who was like, "Well, we can do that anyway." And you're like, "You're right. Bobby, we're beating you up in the parking lot."
Still owe you one.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, let's do it. Okay, and then the Christmas episode, we dove into that a little before, but we can go in more detail now. Everybody just has the worst Christmases. Mac robs everybody without
I think
knowing
Mac
it.
had fun Christmases.
Mac did have
True. Charlie's
he ended up
mom
throwing
was,
rocks at the trains, right?
Yep. Charlie's mom was a very friendly person. We could say that.
So many Santas and so many elves came to visit Charlie every year.
Yeah. Charlie bites Santa's neck. The Danny DeVito always does the fake out for Dee and Dennis, even though he's not their father anymore. He gets the Lambo and he crashes the Lambo. And they're like, "Guys, Frank's dead." Yeah, they want him to come identify the body. They open the door. He's like, "Yo!" And they're like,
So I just sprained my ankle.
the first time I watched that, he just comes up and goes, "Yo!" I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, I just badly sprained my ankle."
It was a good fake out though, because it seemed very realistic.
Yeah, because they were like, "Guys, he's dead," and he's like, "Yeah," and they're talking about the plan, and he's like, "Wait, what are you gonna do with me?" And they're like, "Go F yourself, buddy." And then the cartoon, and Charlie envisions the elf with no pants, and that was just Charlie. And then just when you think it's going to be a nice Christmas, everybody's happy, Eugene turns heel and takes everything. They're like, and Charlie and Mac, I believe it's Charlie, who goes, "Dude, I don't even know you. Why are you robbing me?"
Yeah, it's Charlie.
And it's true. Charlie and Mac have no idea who that is.
So the thing is, I think my favorite instances in Always Sunny is when Charlie is the one that makes the most sense out of everybody in the group.
Yes.
Like those scenes are incredible because it's like Charlie is usually like just the one that is just always off his rocker no matter what.
Oh yeah.
The times when Charlie is the sensible one of the group makes for great scenes.
Yes.
Throughout.
Let's like his song that he writes for best song in The Gang Desperately Tries to Win an Award. The song he originally writes is really good. Lock him in the basement immediately. They're just like, nope.
It's rare when he's the most common sense of the group, but
yes, but when he is,
it's really
it's always really good.
It's really good. And then at Hollywood Gavin, didn't we do an Always Sunny bracket? Yes, we did.
We did.
What episode?
I was just gonna ask you.
Was it Nightman? Alex, I didn't really know you then, so that's why you didn't get
it. Might have been the Nightman Cometh. Might have won it.
Alex, I really didn't know who you were at that point. Fun fact. So as far as excuses go for not inviting Alex, it's pretty good. I didn't know him.
We hadn't been introduced by the unmentionable yet.
You told me leading up to it. I know this kid Alex, and I might ask him to do the stream, but no, I really don't like him that much. So that's what you said.
Yeah, did we do this in 2021?
Yeah. It was like late 2021, I think.
You wouldn't have wanted me on your freaking podcast.
Alex was a wild man back.
I mean, you might have wanted me on there. I would have been entertaining, but God knows what happened.
See, at that point in time, it didn't go out anywhere. Now is when I would have wanted that Alex.
Yeah,
that's when we go viral.
That's true.
Ryan says, "I got me a good 1 to 2 years left, and I'll be a family man." Ryan, I am your family. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you don't need a family.
And we literally have your. Sorry, Joe, but we literally have your flesh and blood right in this chat.
That's a little.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it. You could just snip without telling anybody, and it's just like, oh,
that's true.
You don't worry about all that extra responsibility.
Sorry to throw that back in your face, Pharaoh, but he is your blood.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Season 7. We're like halfway through, give or take. Frank's Pretty Woman. Wait, was that the one? Oh no, that's not the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Frank's Brother.
That's like one of the worst episodes in the entire.
Yeah, they tried, and
Yeah, that episode is not very good. But the one thing that makes me laugh is the part where they open the nightclub for the girl, and the one guy's like, "Shady Nasties,
Shady Nasties.
Dynasties."
I believe we did like a 68 episode bracket, and we had to leave off like 3 episodes, and like Brother, Lady Boggs.
Yes.
And then one more was left off.
Lady Boggs is much worse than Frank's Brother, though. I will stand by that.
Lady Boggs is really
Yeah. Lady Boggs is
like Frank's Brother. Frank's Brother, they tried. They failed. Yeah. But they at least tried. Lady Boggs was just like to support here. It's like
Yeah, and with also in Frank's Brother, the end when they see all the people that they've been talking about, and everybody's like, wow, they're a lot fatter than I pictured. Because the way they tell the story, it's like believable that they look like 2 huge people.
Well, okay. So to give Frank's Brother some credit, the opening is very funny. The brother walks in, they lock eyes, and then they just start fighting. And then Dennis, Mac, and Charlie are like, all right, what's going on here? And it's like, and then they just don't care. And then Frank eventually hits him with a bottle. And they're like, all right, now it's time to step in.
All right, I'm stepping outside for a cigarette. I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right.
Another. When is Patty's has a jumper?
That's like season 14, I think. Oh, that's a great one.
That's such a good one.
You know, I jumped ahead. Yeah, Patty's has a jumper. Season 14, episode 8. My boy's in there, and he's doing something stupid, and they're like,
I remember I'm watching the series through for the first time, and it's so late, and I'm like, this is like very recent because like season because I watched I finished maybe 4 months before season 15 came out. Like I finished the series, and like I'm watching that, and like that's one of my final impressions, and I was literally crying. It was so funny. Like he's worried about a pumpkin or a mango or a cantaloupe, I think it was, or something like that.
Wait, he was cutting I
forget what it was.
Limes.
No.
Wasn't it limes?
No, something in the safe. What was in the safe that he had? It was not limes. It was like a bigger fruit, or I think it was either a pumpkin or like a cantaloupe.
Yeah. But Dennis wanted to take it out, and Frank's like, no, my boy's doing something stupid in there, and they think he's talking about the guy on the roof. And Frank's like, oh, we have a jumper? What?
Yeah, I'm gonna look this
up. Season 8. Oh wait, did we finish season 7 first of all? Frank's Brother. Sweet D gets audited. Oh, that's a dark one.
Yeah, that's a cantaloupe, I think, or a squash, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, but just so much. Frank's Brother. We mentioned the Storm of the Century, the implication. Chardy McDennis 1. That one is a 9.2 out of 10. So that's one of the highest they have. You know what? I'm curious. What is the Christmas episode ranked? 9.2 as well. Okay.
So it's up there. It has to.
Yeah, no. Nightman Cometh is number 1 right now. But
wow.
Charlie Work might beat it. We're not sure. Sweet D gets audited. Chardy McDennis, where they just go crazy on each other. They smash glass.
The Super Bowl episode is a really good one, too.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl episode, where Charlie basically just home alones himself for 30 minutes. Hilarious.
And then he sees it's Jason Kelsey, and who's the other player? Or is it just Jason Kelsey?
I don't remember.
And Jason Kelsey's like, yeah, man, if you do this, we'll win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, something like that. And that was after he was huffing paint. So it was just all an illusion.
And that's kind of a 2-parter, but not technically.
It kind of is, yeah. Because one episode is when he's guarding it, and then the second episode is when they're actually there, and the rest of them at the Super Bowl going into and they show when they come back and Patty's is just destroyed from Charlie setting all these traps. Charlie set all these traps for intruders. And then like they came home. They came back to the bar, and Patty's was just like all the traps were already used on Charlie himself. So like they were just so ineffective.
And he's just bleeding out, and it's just like, yeah.
Yeah,
Was the first Charlie McDennis was when they had to do a coin flip?
yes.
Okay.
No.
So, oh wait, the second one ends with the waitress berating Charlie. Yeah, now I remember. They're like, because they're like, we have to go to the black card, and they're like getting ready to like hit each other with glass or like punch each other. They're like, flip, coin. They're like, flip coin. Really? That's what we came up with? They were like, yeah, we got really bored that day, and we just couldn't think of anything, so we just gave that. Charlie McDennis, we're talking about, Alex. Flip.
I will forget that this board is nailed to the bar.
Yeah. Then he tries to go crazy back, and you see the action figures, and then we'll get to the second one with Frank's flag. We mentioned these earlier. The gang gets trapped. Hamak got fat. Thundergun. No surrender. No hesitation. No surrender. Put your hands up. I surrender. Danny DeVito after he steals the boat.
I was singing about paying a toll to get into a boy's soul, but they thought I was saying boy's hole.
And then the guy's translating, and they're like, oh.
I like to bang hoas.
Oh my goodness. That Thundergun. I mean, that's a fantastic one. 8.8 on IMDb. And they just keep leaving each other. Charlie and Dee go in the sewers.
And Dee shows up at the end. She's like, Charlie, I took my clothes off and held them up.
And then one of my favorite lines from Dee and Charlie actually is Dee goes, hey, let me borrow your shoes. And Charlie just goes, no, you'll stretch them out.
You'll stretch them out.
Yeah, so, and then the high school reunion, how Dennis thinks he's a god. I got duct tape, zip ties, and gloves. I need my tools.
Wasn't Dennis just trying to like find the girl that like he like ditched him on prom in high school or something?
Well, he was trying to get with the one guy's wife.
Yeah.
And then it just didn't go well.
Yeah, and then at the end he's like, no, Ronnie the Rat hooked up with her.
Yeah, it comes out that they were like, I didn't sleep with your prom date. And they point to Mac, and Max and Dennis is like, did you do it? He goes, no. Yes. It's just like, what?
All these years, Mac?
Yeah. He's like, why'd you do it? Well, it was easy. She was a. And then they're fighting, and then one of the most disgusting parts, the guy goes to give Charlie a wedgie, and his underwear is just brown. And he's like, oh. Ryan says, why did you cry during air? I heard you sniffling. Ryan, I was told that was you.
Ryan literally sat right next to me throughout the whole movie, and he got going.
Yeah. So I don't know why you were crying. I think you knew the Michael Jordan story going in, for the most part. Well, this is the same guy that watched.
Wait till he finds out that Jesus dies at the end of Passion of the Christ.
Whoa! Spoilers! We don't do that here.
Before the movie even starts, Bobby was like, "Oh man, I know it's crazy how like." I know how this is going to end. The shoe is going to become very successful. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Son of a bitch.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
spoiled the whole thing for me.
So, kind of a similar story. You guys ever see Southpaw?
Yeah.
No. You sent me the clip of somebody gets shot.
Yep. We were talking about during Winnie the Pooh, yeah. Yeah, so... I took Joe, Connor. I took him to see that movie, and I didn't see the preview to the movie at all. So Connor nudges me. He goes, "Yeah, this is where the wife dies." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "You didn't watch the preview?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, sorry.
That's very minor then if they let you know in the trailer.
Yeah. I was like, my bad. He's like, yeah, my bad. Ryan says he was so close to signing for Adidas, it made me sad. Oh, I made a joke on the way home to Gavin. Do you remember the scene where Matt Damon is driving?
Matt Damon.
In North Carolina, Joe?
Yeah.
And he cuts across the 2 yellow lines.
Yeah, the 2 solid yellow lines.
Yeah, and it's like, oh,
much
he
a
gets pulled over, arrested. He never meets Jordan's parents, and Jordan signs with Adidas. It's like, movie over after 40 minutes.
in an alternate universe, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go to season 8. Pop Pop, the final solution. That was.
When they find out their grandpa's a Nazi, right?
Yeah, grandpa's a Nazi.
They burn the painting.
And Dennis looks just like him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. The gang recycles their trash. The Marine Ponderosa wedding massacre. Yes. I absolutely love this episode. They steal Dee's car again. They think Dee is a zombie.
Everybody was a zombie.
Dennis ends up getting with Marine again. And then they're questioning Dennis, and they're like, Mr. Reynolds, you're free to go. What do you mean I'm free to go? Somebody posted your bail. You're free to go. But who would post my... Oh, no. And it's just like, it clicks in his head who it is. He's like, no, you got to help me. They're like,
let's go home.
They're like, Dennis, you're free to go. He goes, no, you have to help me. And then they steal Dee's car again. And it's a running theme. And then I think later in the series, they're like, yo, let me borrow your car. No. Why? Really? You don't know why I wouldn't let you borrow my car? They're like, she's like, how many cars of mine have you crashed? I don't remember ever doing that. No. But what else happened? Oh, Bill Ponderosa spiked the milk. And then one of the most disturbing lines in Always Sunny history, we like to keep the McCoyle bloodline pure and clean. And it's like, when you say pure and clean, you mean what exactly? Charlie and Dee find love. I mentioned that earlier. The gang gets analyzed.
Is that when they all go to the therapist from Reno 911?
Just to determine who has to do the dishes. And Dennis has this whole, like, I can't even think of the word. Dennis has this whole, like, not system, but file on D. She's like, why is this written in crayon? I started this on D when I was 10 years old. And then Frank's going crazy because she's getting in his head.
Frog, is this the Frog Kid episode? Or is that a different one? I think it's a different one when he finds out when he's like, he was in a loony bin and his cellmate was the Frog Kid, but he was the Frog Kid the whole time.
I think this is it because I remember him saying, "Oh, she got to me. She opened me up." And then I know I've said this a lot, but this is definitely one of the darker ones. Charlie's mom has cancer. Oh, with a cameo from what rapper was that? I don't want P. Diddy, right?
Yes, Diddy is in that episode.
Yeah, and he sprays pesticide. It's like, oh, that doesn't work. Yeah, I know. Charlie rules the world. Oh,
money,
the gang.
Money me now.
Yeah, the gang dines out, where they're all at the restaurant and nobody wants to pay tribute to each other. And then eventually it ends with Dee tying the waiter's shoes together. He trips. They're like, who did that? Dee's like, uh-oh. And they're like, oh, Dee's here.
Bobby, what season is Old Lady House?
That's like 13, I think. 13
yeah, I was thinking 13 or 12.
Anytime I think of like Charlie and Mac's mom, I think of that. I love that.
The gang goes to, oh, God. Oh, Old Lady House, a situation comedy, season 12. Okay, we will get to that. We can discuss that. And then this is either my second or third favorite episode. the cereal defense. Now, it's based on a true story. I don't know if I told you that, Alex.
Yeah, you told me that.
Okay. They mentioned it on the podcast. Glenn comes in fuming. He goes, I was eating a bowl of cereal, and somebody hit me, and they said, wait, are you okay? He goes, yeah, I'm fine. Okay, so let's get back to the cereal. You were eating a bowl of cereal at a light, and you got hit, and when they said it's a true story, that absolutely blew my mind.
I mean, credit to him for being able to like balance the milk and the cereal. For the
Oh yeah, I mean, they're like, this is comedy gold, but they're like, you're good though. First of all, and then in the end, they're like, just have D pay for the damages.
Yeah, they redo it. I can't believe you hit my car again.
Twice in one day.
Like, all right, well, it's agreed. Then D will pay for the damages.
And then Mac makes the board. He goes, give me 30 minutes. 3.5 hours later.
Yeah, because they start arguing about evolution. Science is wrong sometimes.
Science is wrong. Do you have these fossil records? No. Well.
Do you have a certificate stating you don't have donkey brains?
And then there's just some random guy in the back of the bar just drinking. And eventually he goes, all right, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, bye, bud. Oh, my goodness. Oh. All right. Hey, Craven says, hey, Bobby, never saw this show past the first couple of episodes, but wanted to stop in and say hello. Well, Craven, thank you for stopping by, buddy. It's good to hear from you. Hope you're doing better. And, yeah, man, you should get on this show, man. I recommend this to everyone. Get past the first season, and then you won't be able to stop watching it. It is just phenomenal comedy gold. All right, now we are on to season 9. The Gang Broke D.
Broke D is a really good one.
The fact that for that episode they got Conan O'Brien to do like a quick recording of him introducing her as the stand-up, as the guest comedian, is one of the like great little details that show does all the time.
They flew around Philly for 6 hours. Oh my goodness.
So this was all fake? Well, some of it was real. Yeah, you banged that guy.
That's your garbage man.
It's a landslide.
Gun Fever 2 still hot, where they're at the school just with the gun. It's like,
oh wow, Bobby.
Yeah.
So you know how they said Jeff Hardy probably wouldn't be able to wrestle like in ring for a little bit because of his eye recovering. The match that they're doing, they're wrestling at the Hardy compound, so it's gonna be like a cinematic thing.
Was that Double or Nothing?
I don't know. It just says to delete them once and for all. To delete the firm once and for all.
So they can get around his eye injury. Okay.
Yeah. So like do like cinematic stuff.
Smart. That's a good way to get him.
Yeah.
Ryan says, Craven, hope you're doing good. Yes. My man Craven. The gang tries to desperately win an award. Isn't this when they have like the briefcase opens and it goes in Danny DeVito's face?
Yeah.
And they were gonna have the guy do it, but they were like,
he writes a song.
That's not your speed. I can already tell that's not your speed. And and then they're like, how do we get in on this? You just have to pay $10 to get on the ballot. Really? That's it?
You guys always send it back, and it's usually covered in spit and profanity.
Checks out. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, this one. Mac and Dennis buy a timeshare. And the photo on this episode is when Danny DeVito is in the playground in his underwear.
They're all stuck in the thing.
Yep. And they don't care enough to get him out. But another Roddy Piper episode.
They keep going back to his and they get caught in like a pyramid scheme of timeshare selling.
And then they try to sell to the Maniac, Roddy Piper, and they're like, oh, now this guy's coming in. He's angry. They're like, the Maniac, he's like my best salesman. And then the Maniac outsmarted them.
And they tried to sell to a bunch of people or whatever. And then like they ended up, they're like, all right, we'll just pay the $2,000 cancellation fee.
And the guy's like, well, there's a $2,000 cancellation fee like right here, and he's pointing to it, and they're like, they go for it, and he's like, oh no, I've said too much.
Yeah.
I think this might be an episode that's banned on Hulu. I'm not sure. Is Mac Day banned?
No.
Okay,
Just
good.
D-Day. Mac
Oh,
Day
that's
is
what it is. D-Day is banned. Okay.
Yeah.
Mac Day with Sean William Scott. So funny.
So no, I'm not actually going to jump. It's too dangerous.
Yeah, then you just see
Country Mac just does it.
Yeah. And then he enters the karate tournament. Yeah.
He's gonna jump, but we don't know his name.
Yes.
We don't know each other. Hi, nice to meet you.
When they're trying to go viral, and oh my goodness, the gang saves the day. They all go through the different situation, and then Dee becomes this famous actress. Danny DeVito does nothing. He just sits there and eats a hot dog.
Yeah, he sees a lot.
Mac goes to the cool off, and they're like, "Good pun." What's a pun? Never mind.
I beat the boss. That was my dad.
Yeah. What does Charlie do again?
It's an animated one, and it
yeah.
involves
with the waitress, and then Dennis. Oh, what does he do in it?
He gets shot in the head but lives.
Yeah, and then he's with what's her name? Jackie DiNardo, the news anchor.
Yeah.
And he's in the hospital bed.
You know, there was a weatherman from Pennsylvania, and his last name was DiNardo. So I think they were like making a play off of that.
Oh, okay.
There was a famous weatherman for like years and years and years in Pennsylvania named DiNardo was his last name.
That sounds about right.
We probably were just making fun of like him.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Doc, does my work?" And he goes, "I'm afraid not." And then you just hear Dennis go, "Kill me."
Her breasts, doctor. What about her breasts?
And he's like, no. And then he just puts the pillow over her.
He smothers her.
Oh, Dennis is just a disturbed individual, but it's so great. The gang gets quarantined. Now, this episode was well before its time.
Yeah.
About 6.5 years before its time. They predicted the future. I'll say it. And then they're like, "Dennis, you don't look so good." And he's like, "If I was sick, could I do this?" And he just, and then Frank's just trying to be clean.
He's just singing the Dayman high note to prove that he's not sick.
Flowers for Charlie when he starts thinking he's a genius, but in reality, just a complete moron. And they're like, "Charlie, why don't you go for the green cheese?" And he's like, "But no, I want this one." Ladies and gentlemen, we found our test subject. Thank you so much for coming out.
Stupid science bitches couldn't even make my friend more smarter.
More smarter.
The gang squashes their beefs.
Did we get? Never mind. Keep going.
What happened?
That just made me think of another episode.
Go for it. What is it?
I was thinking, did we get to Hero or Hate Crime yet?
No. Oh,
Squash.
We'll get to that.
Squash is what made me think of it.
Oh. So the only Thanksgiving episode they've ever done. The gang squashes their beefs, and so many reoccurring characters. The guy who they keep trying to blow up his apartment because they think it's Bruce Mathis, and it's just this random guy. They're like,
"Yeah, that was you guys. You owe me a car."
Yeah. They're like, "Oh, that was you? You guys owe me a car." And Mac's like, "Who's this jabroni?" The McPoyles are in it. Wang, and Danny DeVito burns the money in front of him. Cricket.
He's mashing it.
Cricket gets what's his Liam throw at him? What is that? Not a sledgehammer, but an axe.
Yeah.
Cricket just takes one of the shoulder. Bill Ponderosa's in it. Gail the snail. And then eventually they just leave them all to die pretty much because
They lock in the apartment with the fire.
Oh, the video store scene. It's in the very beginning. They're trying to rent Thundergun, and the McPoyles own it. And the McPoyles are like, we wanted to corner this business. They're like, video stores are a dying business. They were like, we'll corner it and make it our own. And your video renting days are over.
Yeah.
And he completely misses. They're like, dude, you're not even close. And then when they're in the room together, and Liam tries to sit down on the bed, and he just falls right backwards.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have an eye for me, right? What made you think I have an eye? You hinted at you giving us an eye. How would we get an eye?
Why wouldn't we get an eye?
Dude, where would we get an eye? All right. Ben Juvenzio. You changed your profile pic, man. You're doing this episode without me. There will be a part 2 because I have to get my other buddy on. So there you go, buddy. Trust me. This is the way Always Sunny is going. There's going to be more content coming out, and I mean,
Said there's going to be what 34 seasons.
Yeah, Max said we're halfway done with our 36 season arc. I'm like, oh god! All right, so that's season 9. Season 10 starts with a bang. The gang beats Boggs.
That's really good.
Classic 8.7 out of 10. Charlie makes it across the plate. He hits a one ball home run. Max like, it's the other ball I brought, and quite frankly, I don't feel like going to get it. So you win.
You did it.
Dennis gets off in North. Yeah. And then D gets caught in the luggage section. It's just like face plants. They're like, yeah, whatever. Dennis gets off in North Dakota or whatever.
Yep.
And that comes into play, I believe, later on.
Isn't 12 or 13? I think.
Oh yeah, it's a little later. Okay. The gang group dates. I'm a 5-star man. Classic. Psycho Pete returns. Yes. And they're like, he eats babies. He eats babies. No, I'm just a normal guy. And then it's official. The highest rated episode, IMDb wise. 9.8. Barely edging out Nightman Coming. Charlie Work. Great episode. So simple.
Very simple.
Yeah, but he's trying to make sure the bar's okay, and they don't care. It's this new woman. The guy brings 4,000 steaks.
They're doing a steak and chicken for credit card air miles.
Yep.
And Charlie breaks it down, and they're like, "Yeah, it's pretty much exactly what we're gonna do."
Yeah. With the stool, how he keeps banging it as they're going by, and then he eventually falls.
Dennis, all right.
Oh, yeah. Frank, why'd you flush your shoes down the toilet? I flush things when I get nervous. He comes out in his bare feet. It's like, what are you doing,
Bobby?
Oh, there we go. Oh, you don't like that episode, do you, Hank?
No, I guess not. Right, buddy?
How do you not like Charlie Work, Hank? Oh, wow. What's up, Joe?
Jay White versus Commander was just announced for Wednesday on Dynamite.
Wow.
That is
Commander.
He's this new flippy wrestler. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
He's had a couple matches in AEW so far.
Yeah.
He's ridiculous. He's like Ray Phoenix with an ability for an extra 10 seconds to walk across the ropes. It's ridiculous.
So you're doing Rampage quits tonight. Perfect.
My ass.
Oh, okay. The gang spies US. And then they're about to do a wet T-shirt contest. DeVito jumps in. She's 12. What? or 13 or 12. I can't remember the exact.
Something like that. I mean, it wasn't good either way.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Yeah. Popping the popcorn. Hi, everyone. Hello, Popping the popcorn. Thank you.
What up, Pop?
What?
I said, what up, Pop?
Okay. Okay. Craven, I think you meant that, Popping. You have to check out this show. It's okay.
Awesome.
Okay, it's awesome. There we go. I was like, I'm trying to decipher. I think I know what she's saying, but Popping popcorn. LOL. Yeah, you're good. Yes. Craven says I will have to give it a second chance. You should, man. It's just
Once you get past
start at season 2 or 3, then you'll by like the end of that you'll know everything.
I feel like season 2 is
And the good part about it, for the most part, you can watch any random Always Sunny without having to watch what happened before.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah, there's some little jokes you may not get, and like they don't prepare you for these psychos that are about to show up.
Yeah. No, but you can even pop in a random one. Like, watch Charlie work. You don't need any prior experience on that one, and it's really good. Popping Popcorn says, sorry, I was typing too fast. She says, hi, Craven, and I'm Katie, by the way. What would you like to be called, Katie or Popping? Either or.
Pop.
Pop. Craven says, hey, Katie. Ryan says, welcome, Katie. So it sounds like Katie. It is. Okay. Charlie worked. The gang misses the boat. This is when they all go in their different directions. And this is when we start to really figure out who Mac is. Mac kills his dad.
Oh, my God.
Luther, actually, fun fact. Do you guys know who tried out for the role of Mac's father in Always Sunny?
Who?
What famous retired wrestler?
Hulk Hogan.
Nah. I walk alone.
Batista
tried out for the role. They confirmed it on the podcast.
That's great.
And even they were like, how would this work?
Yeah.
They were like, look at him and look at me. I mean, now it could work. Mac is jacked, but
yeah, and Batista's looking like he's not working as hard to keep the muscles.
Yeah, true.
If you saw Knock at the Cabin, like he's still big and could beat the snot out of anybody.
Yeah, guys. Unfortunately, we might have to cut this early. I don't have a charger down here, and yeah.
We could just do a two-parter.
I was just gonna text you saying I gotta leave in a few. I gotta take my mom and her friend home from the bar.
All right, you know what? Let's finish season 10 because I mean there's only a few more episodes anyway.
Yeah.
Then we can do a part 2 of the next 5 seasons or whatever. We can have Venzio on Joe. Oh, and perfect. Maybe Maveryk could be here. That would work perfectly. Yeah. So yeah, this works out for the better for sure. Ryan says no. Ryan, we gotta go, man.
What's up, Ryan?
Yeah.
What's up?
Ryan, let's smoke.
Oh,
to be honest.
Then we'll go an hour 30 because we're at an hour 28 as it is. The gang goes on family fight.
Yo, when D just demolishes the button, that's one of the hardest I've laughed at that show. He's just like
show me count. No, I say show me. There's one thing in this movie you should not say, and it's show me. Show me.
It's name a type of animal that you eat. And we get to Charlie. That's easy. Dragon.
Yeah, and then he gets all the random answers, and Dennis is going crazy. And then,
I thought it was something for the government.
Yeah, and then Frank gives all the number 1 answers, and even Keegan-Michael Key is like, "Wow, killed it." And then Dennis just gets nothing. Oh, this one's so good, and this is the second to last episode we'll talk about. Frank retires. They keep trying to get blood from him, and hey Charlie, and they're like, "Oh God, you don't look good." He's like, yeah, I'm a little sick, but I'll be all right. It's like, oh no. And then the last episode we'll talk about when Mac and Charlie joined a cult. They're brainwashed. It's like, but yeah.
Yeah, that was bad.
All right, so we will reconvene with this. I think we got a good amount in. I don't know why we tried to cover all 15 seasons. That was my bad. But I honestly didn't think we'd go this long, so it's good. To be honest, it's been a great stream. I got to go out once and for all. Yes, you do, Ryan. But yeah, thank you to everyone. We'll cut this. Thank you to everyone that joined, commented, came in, popped in, whatever. Thank you to my guests who came on, Alex and Joe. Maveryk, hope you're feeling well, buddy. Keep me updated. We'll get you on part 2. I got to figure out when that is. Maybe next month or the month after. We'll give Always Sunny. Or maybe this might be a little while away. I'm just brainstorming right now. But maybe we can do part 2 like right before. If the next season is out in September.
Yeah, if they're wrapping filming now, it's going to be a fall to winter premiere.
Yeah, so maybe we can do that if it's September, because we're not far off from that. But if it's December, I might make it September anyway. So, we'll figure that out when dates get released and all that. But yeah, thank you to everyone who came in. Thank you to everyone who commented, joined. Thank you to Joe and Alex for joining me. Patty's Irish Pub, baby. And yeah, we got through 10 seasons tonight. And like I said, Maveryk and Ben to join next time. And they can give us a fresh look. Maybe there's some moments we missed. Who knows? But thank you all. I am signing off with my awesome guests, Alex and Joe at the bottom. Or
Go Rangers.
On the bottom. Alex says, "Go Rangers."
Let's go Rangers.
This has been a very fun stream. Wait a minute. What? Ryan says, "Prayers for Jamie Foxx." What happened? Ryan, you can't just say that and then not elaborate.
Nothing happened. Ryan was just genuinely hoping that Jamie Foxx is having a good. Hang on, you know what? I'm gonna Google this and see if I can get it before.
Yeah, before we go off air, I want to be the first to break some news. Because I was the first to break the news about the WWE Saudi Arabia purchase, and
he's recovering from a medical complication.
Oh.
Oh, it was hospital.
Whoa. He had a stroke yesterday?
He had a stroke yesterday? Yeah. Whoa! How old is he?
How do you bury the lead like that, Ryan? Prayers for Jamie Foxx for what? He had a stroke.
What is he, like 50 at the most?
55.
He's also 55?
He's also a blind piano player. Oh, wait. He was just acting.
Oh man, yeah, get better, Jamie Foxx, man. You need to be in the next Spider-Man movie. Yeah, you'll probably never be back.
You probably won't do that.
Law-Abiding Citizen, great movie if you haven't seen it.
That is a good movie.
Yes, it is. But anyway, Ryan,
put it on. It's so funny. It made me laugh. You know it's happening. You know there's people doing that.
And with that, yeah, I know. When I looked it up, I literally looked it up through Twitter, and it was like, yes, he was faxed. I was like, all right, like, cool.
I quit.
So I'm definitely getting monetized for that comment. Thank you so much, Ryan. Yeah, but
this is your editor.
Yes.
Oh God.
Wow. What a wild way to end this stream. But hey, Always Sunny's a wild show. But yeah, signing off. I'm Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns. Thank you to Alex and Joe for joining me. They will be here next time. We'll figure that out. And see you, everybody. Bye-bye. And broadcast.